This is Oilersnation Radio, your one-stop shop for everything Oilers. 1 hour of straight hockey talk with Bagged Milk, Tyler, Liam, Rick, and Dan starts now.
Oilersnation Radio, Friday episode. Gang's all here except one Englishman. He's busy.
Someone say he should never come back. Some, not us.
I heard you might be ruining the show.
There's a couple of people who are ruining the show.
We're just checking his bank account, too. He might be one of the rich ones.
Is that why he's not here?
Counting his money.
He's stacking it up.
He lives in Sherwood Park, right?
You guys get paid to do this?
All right. No Liam today. Bag Milk, Tyler, Rick, Dan. The rest of us are here. Tristan's on the board. Reese is in some kind of cuck chair over there.
Chilling.
He's chilling.
Nice new haircut, though.
Great haircut. Although I would say yesterday on Ryder and Lisa on Instagram, we got to see some different looks of Reese via AI. I think the bald look really works for him.
Was that the one strip down the middle of the blue and the orange on the sides?
No.
No, he went right down.
Did you go
Lex Luthor.
Down
I
to the
like
wood.
it. I dig it.
You're still a young man. You can grow hair. Beautiful coif on
You would have
yes.
played Professor Xavier really well. I'm just
100%.
saying.
I think
Young Professor Xavier.
there's still time.
Get him in a wheelchair. Maybe we get him hit by a car.
When
Was that before the podcast?
When one guy is done hitting Tyler.
Yeah, when he's laughing at the one hotel or hospital room, he's coming right over to yours and laugh at you in your hospital room as well.
Yep. Just the way it goes.
It's a little weird that they didn't put Reese and Tyler in the same room.
Can't have them both in the same room. Doesn't work that way. Got to give a shout out to our friends at Oodle Noodle. Of course, they are proud to support Sports Central. 10% of in-store sales from ginger beef goes directly to Sports Central for all of March. Donate your gently used sporting equipment. Let's get more kids out there playing sports. Sports Central. Go for a tour. They'd love to show you what they do. All right, delicious debate. I've got one for you here, fellas. Not probably where you think I'm going to go. I want to talk about Jake Walman. Jake Walman is obviously a massive part of the Oilers' blue line. He just signed a massive extension, but I would also argue that he is not playing anywhere close to his level that he would expect from himself and that we would expect of him as well. My question for you, Tyler, I'll start with you. What is a very simple plan to get Jake Walman back on his game?
Whew. Wow. That is a very interesting way to look at this situation because they've kind of already tried a little bit of everything. You know, last night they put him down with Spencer Stastny, I think in an attempt to shelter him to some extent and not have him, like they want to use Murphy as a shutdown guy, right? Who probably takes on some relatively tough assignments. So if you have him with Murphy, which I still think is a good fit for him stylistically, but if you have him with Murphy, he's got to play a lot. He's got to play tough minutes. That wasn't working. You move him down with Stastny. That didn't work. They've tried him with Bouchard. That didn't work. Like, I don't know what you do. And it's almost in a way similar to the goaltending where I'm sure the Oilers would love to, trot out Jake Walman and say, you know what, we're going to give you for the next 3 games. We're just going to give you 22 minutes a night. We're going to play you through this and let you figure out your game. But they can't afford to do that right now. So I don't know if I have an answer to your question.
Dan or Rick, you got an answer to my question?
Well, you asked for a simple plan, and that got me thinking of the Canadian rock band Simple Plan.
Summer Paradise featuring Sean Paul.
And Perfect. Their song Perfect. And I think that, and that was my dumb joke lead in, but when we initially acquired Walman, there was like that question mark of why did Detroit get rid of this player?
For nothing.
And why was San Jose okay with getting rid of this player? Mm-hmm. And so there's like an element of my answer that cautions to say, like, we don't know what's going on behind the scenes to cause that player to have been dismissed from 2 teams. But I just truly do believe that, like, he's not a broken player. We saw the Jake Walman that we wanted to see prior to the injury. And I think he will come back. I don't know if there is like a set plan more than just playing through the motions and keeping his minutes low. And when, he's given the next opportunity to have to show up, hopefully he can. Like, I don't know if there is an answer that's going to solve this problem because it's been a problem for a few guys on this team at different times. And we don't have the solution in the cupboard to fix it.
Rick, what do you got?
The solution is not on the coaching. The solutions are on each individual player to go find their game. So what I would say to him is just simplify your game. He gets himself into some trouble because he's trying a little too hard, trying to force a play, trying to make the perfect play. It's time to go back to the Steve Staios off the glass and out for a little while, build up some confidence, and then start with your smaller passes and work and find your game and bring it back that way. Like if you're having problems swimming, stop jumping in the deep end. Get into the area where you can put your feet down and try and get your floating back together.
But that's not. There's a couple of problems with that, I think.
I like the analogy.
One, if Jake Walman's going to be an off the glass and out kind of defenseman.
And I'm not talking like that, like for like a game. Like find some positive plays to build some momentum, get your confidence back to make those more difficult plays.
I would argue those aren't positive plays, though, with how they need to play. Like they're
positive compared to what he's been doing because they're not ending up on the other team's stick right away. And I understand what you're getting at because it's not really going to help
Paul
the team.
Coffey's not coaching him that way.
No, and I agree with you. Paul Coffey is probably telling him to keep. When you're in hell, you just keep going through it, right? So just keep fucking playing your game. Yeah. It'll fix itself. But this is something I always think about Leon as well when he's tries to do a little bit too much. Just do the simple things for like a period. For a period.
Yeah.
And whether it be off the glass, maybe it's not off the glass and out. Maybe it's just making the short little pass to your defense partner and let him, maybe it's just carrying the puck a little bit. But do the shorter, little, easier plays and find your game that way. Otherwise, you're trying going for the home run pass all the time or the home run play. And if it's too difficult, all you're doing is digging yourself a bigger hole. There's so much of this, what's going on right now is between the ears of the players. And it's been like that all damn year.
I'd say most of it.
Yeah, and it's been like that all year. You've got to do the little things and help yourself out.
So I would also add in that I agree with that. I would also add in like, because I think a lot of it is on the mental side, maybe like, let's get some video sessions of when things were going well. Remember, hey, Jake Walman, this is you. Remember this play? Remember that you can do this? This is the thing. And like, I know that's dumb. It sounds dumb, but I also think like remembering where you can play, the level you can hit is also important. Like, especially when you're down in the dumps.
I know it's like a Neanderthal kind of thought process, but
Right?
I love that.
Well, it's not even just necessarily the fight. It's just there's one thing you can control, and it's your physicality. And when Walman came on to this team, and I feel like most guys when they join the team, they get out there and they throw that body around a little bit, and then they hear the Oilers fans get behind them, and then that's when we just start to kind of latch on to that and get excited about that player. And I think Walman specifically, I remember his first few games where he did just throw the body around.
Well, I remember when he crushed what's his name from Dallas.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about, but I can't think of who it was. There you go.
Kristen's got it.
And like, so to me, that's like for every player, that's the case, right? You can go out and you can just throw the body around. And yes, you're going to make some mistakes sometimes too when you do that, but at least you're able to control what's going to happen in that situation. If you throw a puck at the net, the goalie may make the save. If you throw a pass up the ice, it may be picked off. But when you're hitting a guy, you can make that hit count every single time, and that can change your mentality. It can change the way things are going for you, and it gets the fans behind you. It gets them fired up and excited for you.
To your point, Dan. Man, people are not going to like this.
Ooh, I like it already.
I think since the Olympic break, Trent Frederick has played a lot better.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that part of it is what Dan's saying, where he's getting more engaged.
Yes.
He's more physical. He's throwing his body around. He's in the mix. He's fighting at the crease. He's, even last night, he went and grabbed somebody like immediately.
Start punching him with gloves on.
Later on in the game, he shook that toddler around. I was like, somebody's going to get called to stop this.
Yep.
That toddler is being shaken very aggressively. So I think that, like, to the point Dan was getting at, Trent Frederick's game has started to follow his work rate. And like, yeah, I'd love to see Jake Walman get out there and mix it up a little bit. I'm not saying fight. That's not his game. But if he wants to, I'd like to see it.
Your teammates can help you out a bit too by coming a little bit closer and just making every pass a little bit shorter.
Yeah, a little more puck support. Puck management was atrocious.
And that honestly, that'll help the entire team.
Do you think there's a chance he's maybe not mixing it up physically because of an injury?
100%.
Yeah.
Because it seems like every single game he gets rocked and he's folded over on the ice and then he like drags himself back up to his feet. So yeah, totally.
When you look at, and to have the conversation of like, and this is something people talk about a lot. Oh, are the Oilers better this year than they were a year ago? Or why aren't the Oilers as good right now as they were a year ago? How big of a reason for it? And it's not to pin it all on him, but like, last year in the playoffs, Jake Walman was unbelievable, man. Like a legit top, never mind top 4 guy, but he was like driving a pairing. He was playing with he's a shell of himself. And
Do we know what his injury was?
I don't know.
Well, he had that one thing. It was like he had a broken bone in his leg.
Yeah.
It was like a hairline fracture. That was one of them. And then there was like another thing with his knee or something. Like a guy he's had a rough
Well, yeah, because he
season on the body.
they were just saying like, it's something lower body, and maybe they thought it was knee, and then like a month in, didn't they come out and say like, oh, actually, yeah, he broke his leg.
Or they thought it was like a bruise or a bone bruise.
A bone
and they're
bruise,
like,
then.
no, it's Do we have a hyperbaric chamber?
Yeah, Connor's got one.
Well, can Connor
got
lend
a
it? Lend it.
Or
Can we? Does anybody?
I don't know
Does
how big
anybody
these things
listening
are.
right now have an extra hyperbaric chamber at home? They can just drop it off at Rogers real quick.
how big are these things? Like boys to get, like quick cuddle in the hyperbaric chamber?
Yeah, throw a couple guys in.
There's some that are like large. They
If
have like
you're
a
a friend-
Like this
if
room
you're
would fit in there.
A fan of Friends, like I'm talking about the Joey Chandler nap in the hyperbaric chamber. Everybody has a good time with that.
Yep.
Something to think about.
Can't hurt, unless they've tried it already.
I can't. They
Next
didn't.
reporter in the dressing room probably should ask.
Somebody's got to ask. You guys want to talk about the tough questions? Here's one. If you're listening to this right now, I want to know. I want to hear from you. What can the Oilers do? What's a simple plan that does not include Sean Nutball to get Jake Walman back on his game? I'm curious. I'd like to know. I'd like to hear from you. Is that okay? Thank you. Next thing I want to tell you about is the nation vacation to Las Vegas. We are going down in less than 2 weeks. We're going to be there.
11 days.
We still got a couple of experience passes left if you want to join us for the pregame and then the game day experience. Your drinks and your food are covered in the price of that game day experience. Go to nationgear.ca. Scoop up the last couple of spots to join us. We are going to have a lot of fun. We do have fun around here sometimes.
We used to, anyways.
Every now and then.
Back
When time allows.
Back in the old days.
Well,
There
I'm
was
old. I'm old now. I can't have fun all the time. I used to shuffle every single day. Now I rarely shuffle.
There was the first trip I came on to Vegas, and a lot of people pointed that one as when the fun stopped happening. From that
You
one
ruined
on.
the
It
fun.
is.
Yeah, I ruined the fun.
It's true. It's almost like when Tyler joined the company, it got worse.
Oh, well.
It's like there's almost a point in time, like we started getting Oil Kings coverage on the website, and then the fun disappeared.
So we became OEG shills
Yeah.
or some shit like that. I don't know.
Or
By
their
the way-
meal ticket now, or they're
Yeah.
a meal ticket or something like that.
We're always either too mean or
not
not
mean
mean
enough.
enough.
Yeah.
But we're never right in the middle.
No.
And it's always a complaint about all, 15 content people we have on staff? Everyone's always either too mean or too soft.
Had
I
good
also
writers
assume,
back in
like,
the day.
You would also consume all of the to be able to figure that out. You know?
Surely you
all
don't
of it.
just watch the Brit and the dork and then just paint the whole company with that brush. But whatever. Also, he's English, guys. Get it right.
Yeah, come on.
Great British.
Unbelievable. Nope.
You got to say the great part.
No, you got to say English, damn
He
it.
doesn't like it.
No, that's why he's not here.
Our boss, though, by the way, I asked her this. She is also English. No problem with it.
Yeah, I think we know Liam's wired a little differently, though,
It's fair.
in a good way.
Well,
He's not here today.
no, we can bully him today. All right. I don't even know where to start. Like, obviously, we're going to talk about last game, but I want to talk about Colorado first. Okay, let's just fucking get out of the way. The Nathan MacKinnon thing.
Oh, yeah.
Forgot about that.
You know who didn't forget about it?
Actually, our group text was alive. The first time it rose from the ashes.
Had to know Rick's thoughts. Could not go another minute without knowing Rick's take on
I
it.
was genuinely confused as to I was shocked when they said 5 minutes right away.
I
Hold on. What are you looking at? I will say this. So a lot of people said that Nurse pushes them into him.
That's pretty funny.
So I want this worded properly. MacKinnon avoids the goaltender, runs into Nurse's lane, and bounces off him into the goaltender. Okay, so this was not Nurse driving him into the goalie, for the record.
Nurse is playing his position.
Yeah.
MacKinnon has to make contact with him because you're right. He's trying to, at the last second, avoid steamrolling the goalie.
So that may be part of why they called it the 5, because I understand you're trying to avoid, but you're not really. You put yourself in a position where
Yeah.
you're fucked either way, and I think that's. one thing I don't understand is how the league says, yep, it's 5. And then the next day the league says, nope, it's not 5. Or 2 days later says, no, it's not 5.
That's a common thing, though, for the NBA all the time with technical fouls. Like Kobe used to have.
Do they go into their war room or whatever?
No, yeah, like they can get teed up for fucking anything in the NBA.
No, but in the Oiler game, though, they went to the war room. Like, the ref walked in, took his headphones off and grabbed a telephone.
I don't know if that goes to the war room. I think they're just reviewing that on. I think they're just reviewing that on the ice on the iPad.
It was weird how there was
he went on a phone. Who's he talking to?
There was an analog phone, like a dial tone phone.
Like a landline
cord, and she kept handing it to him.
Landlines to everybody,
and so I agree with you that I thought that was supposed to be only the referees making that decision. It felt like perhaps DOPS
when they go to the old headphones there. I thought we found out that they're listening to the league speak, not upstairs. They went to
somebody
Toronto
in their own arena,
and then Dave Jackson, maybe I don't remember who. One of the refs that you guys talked to explained to us what they're doing, because we're like, why are you watching this on an iPad like this? Like, I'm squinting, how are you going to see anything? And he explained, but they just, I always thought they were going to Toronto. They're going to the headquarters and going, okay, what do we call here? And then they walk through and go, what did you see? Blah, 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 blah. And that's the final call. Is it not? How do they do this?
I don't think that's how it works with penalties, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the refs are allowed to call and ask certain questions. I don't know. But I think when they're reviewing like that, it's still the official's call. They're not handing over the keys of the decision to the war room.
So goals, they go to the war room.
Yeah.
Penalties,
I think it's
going 5 backwards. They sit there and just watch. And
I think so.
Who do they communicate with? Obviously you don't know.
Again, I think they're allowed to ask for help or like different angles and whatnot. I don't know.
Rule clarifications.
The part that pisses
to figure this out.
The part that pisses me off about this is, so Nathan MacKinnon takes this major. They rescind it because that's what the NHL does. They do it quite a bit, right?
Not to the Oilers.
Except when it's Darnell Nurse in the playoffs, and
or
they go,
James Neal,
or the James Neal pick, or Chiarelli pick, or Tom McLellan pick.
Yeah, or the Duncan Keith cap recapture penalty.
Yeah, that's 5 right off the top of our head.
Yeah, but Ottawa, if they ask politely, we'll give them back their first round pick. It's a new owner.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's not his fault.
Yeah. It's not his. Whatever.
He also had to pay that Uber bill from years ago.
Yeah, but like
he got his pick back.
Remember, like when Darnell Nurse got that major at the end of that game against Vegas, and it was like, the sentiment coming out of that game was like, oh yeah, the NHL, like it happened 2 other times this year. They just always rescind that penalty. Then the NHL always worried about being fair and whatever. Oh, well, Petrangelo's out, so we can't like reverse the Nurse suspension. And then, ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Dumb. It's the biggest on the fly league ever. You would never see this in the NFL where they just, well, I mean, Max Crosby trade is a different thing. But like they would never just like reverse a suspension in the NFL.
Yeah, I have a question for you. If Jarry had a concussion and it was announced before the rescind, would they still rescind it? Do you think they would have held it?
You mean Ingram, but yes.
Ingram. Yeah, you know what I meant.
I think they would have rescinded it anyways, because I think what they were scared of is Nathan MacKinnon, because there's a window of how many games. If you get a second game misconduct, you get a suspension.
Is he going to do it again?
But I think their biggest fear would have been like, what if he would have gotten one in the playoffs? And all of a sudden it's like, oh, the goalie interference call from Edmonton is costing MacKinnon a playoff game. Of course, then they could have just rescinded that one. But
I didn't want to say that.
I think honestly, even I've watched the replay 1,000,000 times. I was still surprised it was 5 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, me too.
I thought he was cutting in, hit Darnell Nurse, that sent him into Ingram. I wonder how much if it was like the result of the collision and they kind of go, oh, fuck, that goalie's bleeding in his own crease.
If Ingram pops back up and starts feeding him, probably 2 minutes each.
Yes.
But I think you're right, that's not like an uncommon thing in the NHL. Like if you go steamroll a guy, elbow him in the head, and he's laying motionless on the ice, usually 5 in a game. If you go hammer a guy from behind, he turns around, pops up, and comes right back at you, they're usually not going to give you a major, right? Like that's why when Jared Bednar was doing his whole, which was again very distasteful, I thought, doing his whole like, I don't give a crap if their goalie's hurt.
Ooh me, whoa me.
Yeah, it's like, well, your guy ran into him and hurt him.
Go look at how many penalties how many power plays you guys have been given over the last 3 years.
Yeah.
Well, and just the reality of, because again, I didn't think it was going to be 5 because like the initial contact was on Nurse and then it hit him into Ingram. But like, they don't want people hitting goalies in the crease.
They probably don't want anybody going that fucking fast through the crease.
And again, would I have like bitched all that hard if they took it down to a 2? No, I would have been like, you know what?
That's what I expected the result of.
So did I.
And I think that's why there's so much debate about this, because it honestly kind of exists in the perfect gray area. You can make 3-4 points as to, no, it wasn't intentional, it's 2. And you can make 3-4 points as to like, no, protect the goalies, like you were saying, give them 5. So I don't know. It's a tough call to make. Those kind of calls they exist in a game like hockey.
Do you think the referee should give an explanation as to why they do or don't call that? Because all they do is it's 5, we're going to double check, sticking with 5. End of story.
Well, like,
can you explain why it's going to be 5?
Well, and also just like even last night, the scrum with Leon, where Leon gets 5, quote unquote.
Oh my!
What was like a
those guys should lose their orange stripes for at least 2 weeks for that.
Part of the reason why I think maybe they don't do the post game explanation.
No, on the ice. It's going to be 5. It's going to be 5. This is why.
Like when. Yeah, like when they make the decision, and the guy comes out and goes, the
penalty
has been confirmed.
Yeah. It's 5 minutes and then a 2 sentence as to why. Because this one,
I think the crowd will just start screaming and like it's kind of lost.
They were screaming anyways. They don't understand the goddamn game. So they don't understand that. They don't understand the game. And you can go on Twitter and see their tweets. That kind of just helped my point there.
I hear what you're saying.
That's in the States.
But we like. At the end of the day, fans are dumb as fuck. And
I think they do in the NFL, do they not?
I know, but it's just like, it's one of those things that there's a reason why they don't give like one single beat reporter from each team access to the referee after the game. Because the NHL doesn't want them to have to explain it.
But like on the field,
they're okay with it.
In the NFL, like when they go in under the hood, don't they come back and explain the call?
Partially, a little bit. But the NFL also, the refs also face 2 to 3 questions after the game. Well, NHL refs are running home in their mink coats and getting away from everything.
Let's move on.
Reminds me, I should pick up another mink coat myself. That's a good call.
How many you got now?
Well, 3.
Well, you need one for all.
You need one for a 4th one, I think.
Different lengths, the whole thing.
It is the sports media way.
I cut the sleeves off mine so I could go Bill Belichick.
As you should.
Yeah.
It's dope.
Use them as ankle warmers, the sleeves.
Let's move on to last night.
Sleeves would be a whole leg, man.
Where do we even start with last night?
Right at the
We can start with today.
What was it, 3 minutes into the game? 2 minutes into the game?
90 seconds.
There you go. Perfect. Less than.
Yeah.
Not great.
That one goes in and I was kind of like, well, probably not their night. Dallas is so damn good that if you give them one like that early, it's like,
when you give them a field goal in the first period, it's probably not ideal.
Yeah, outside of that, those were just 2 bad bounces. Like, I mean, the ball, there is some puck tracking that Jari needs to be better at.
And Bush has to have his guy on that first one. If you play Ben harder, he doesn't have a chance to pick up that puck.
Yeah, but you can't really touch him until the puck gets to him. You're not really even looking at touching him until the puck comes back to you. And they do need to be more puck aware, but that was a perfect bounce.
I also was a touch surprised, and maybe in hindsight they would have. I kind of thought they might have challenged that for goalie interference. Because Ben hits him in the crease and then gets the puck.
Well, Jari looked like he was looking for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the one that goes off the post and then off
that
the skate
that
back
one's
in.
the one that drove me nuts because, like, that was a clean shot. Jari has to catch that.
100%. And then it's just bad bounce after it.
The bad bounce for sure, but, like, it shouldn't have even gone.
We just don't get those
He should've
bounces
just
right now.
caught
It's kind of
that.
annoying.
Both Robertson goals I thought were terrible.
Is that the spinorama over the glove?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
bad.
The defending on the Matt Duchene one late in the game, atrocious.
The defending on the Wyatt Johnston one that made it 4-0, that was really sort of like Darnell Nurse stands there. He's like me to BM away from Wyatt Johnston, just looks at him, holds his stick out, scores. It's like, fuck, man, come on. Last night was a perfect storm of like, again, if they would have had a goalie if Jari would have had his best game of the year last night, they probably still lose that game 4-2. And if they would have played their best game of the year in front of that version of Tristan Jari, they probably lose that game 4-2.
If they would have just played the entire game like they did the first 2 shifts after being down 5-0, I think we would have stayed right in that one.
When Dallas sat back.
But we were going forward.
One thing I did like, though, and maybe this is the caveman in me.
No, I agree with you on this one.
Because if you are going to get run down, like run up the score like that, if they're going to shit stomp you like that,
shit someone back.
Go down swinging.
Yep.
I loved seeing the Oilers get after it because, like, I think of that 8-1 game against Colorado. None of that. When they lost 8-3 to Dallas, none of that. Get mad.
I am.
Grab somebody. Mm-hmm. That's why I loved it to see Connor McDavid flying into the pot. I thought he was going to shed him. I thought we were going to finally get him shedding him. He looked like he wanted to.
I don't want to shed him.
I do.
Last time he did, he punched a glass.
I was
out
terrified at his proximity to the glass.
That was like 12 years ago.
His hands gotten.
He's got man hands now.
Yeah, but is his accuracy any better?
But the boards have gotten tougher
All right,
too.
we've got to move to the middle.
Okay, let's get him in the middle of the ice, and I'm okay with that.
Move to the middle.
Okay.
You get somebody making sure Connor's helmet stays on.
100%.
The rest of the team just shoves them out.
Who's gonna be the longest arms is like staying out of it, just like repositioning his helmet back on. Oh, there you go.
But I liked it. If you're going to go down, if you're getting fucking thumped on the scoreboard, take a pound of flesh.
And he wasn't the only one who did it, though.
No, he wasn't.
Which is
Trent
nice.
Frederick was great. Yeah. I also love that little, the toddler when he was pointing his stick around at the bench.
He's a little chihuahua, man. It's one of those ones that are at the fence, and they bark while the fence is there. When the ref skates away or an Oiler comes out to the line, and there's no...
I'll tell you one thing.
Dead silent.
The look on his face changed mightily when Podz started wandering on over.
Yeah, he doesn't take too kindly to that stuff.
No, I love Pod Colson. I don't know when he decided to become Gretzky, but man, he is so good right now.
Yeah, he's got fucking...
He's electric right now.
Afterburners on those skates right
The goal
now.
he scored against Vegas was unreal.
Which was the shot? The shot short side was Carolina, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that shot,
the
short
Leon
side,
shot
that was
or the
Carolina.
Connor shot?
Then against Vegas, he had that one where he walked the team and then it just kind of trickled over the line. And then against Colorado, he had another incredible rush that if there wasn't, I don't remember who the defenseman was for Colorado, but like if that stick wasn't there and Leon puts that in, that is one of the nicest assists of the year.
Who had the one that almost went in their defense and stopped right in front, and they go back and score like right after. It might have been Podz, it might have been Frederick.
Oh, that was Podz for sure.
Yeah, like right on the
right to hit the post or whatever.
Yeah. The defenseman got a stick on the stick, and that's what I'm talking about. A couple of bounces went there. And I'm not saying this was a good game at all by any means, but a couple of bounces went their way, and a couple of bounces the other side also went their way, which was very frustrating.
Outside of the result, what do you think about just the way the Oilers handled the back half? By like standing up for themselves. To me, I'm watching that. Everybody who talks about the Oilers being easily pushed around, they didn't get easily pushed around last night.
No.
They were instigating.
Yes.
Yep. I was kind of drawing it to there's a game in 2023 against the LA Kings in January. Remember when
There's 3-4 fights
when Pools fights and Hyman fights on the
fights
dot.
Dursey off the draw, and from that point on, they picked up points in 13 straight hockey games.
Oh boy.
Huh?
Are we going into the betting? Is the betting section coming up?
It's coming up.
$100
Nice.
on tonight's money line, and then roll it over for 10 straight games. Would actually be kind of electric. But like, no, I think that can be something where like at least you walked out of the game with that one positive, because defensively you were horrible. The power play wasn't good. The goaltending sucked. Offensively you didn't get enough going. But
Win tonight,
you fought.
and the road trip is very successful.
win tonight, the road trip's an A grade, not A+.
Very successful.
But like hugely successful.
Yes.
If they win tonight in St. Louis, they finish the road trip 3-1. They've also got 4 wins in their last 6.
When?
If I would have told you at the start of the trip, anyone in this room at the start of the trip, they're going to go 3-1. You would say, did they beat Vegas? You'd say, yep. Perfect trip. Good job.
Yeah, I was wanting 3-1. My bare minimum
2-1.
that I would have been, what I was expecting was like a 500, and then I was trying to like mentally prepare myself for like something a little bit under 500.
But at the same point, though, like they have the opportunity to go 3-1 tonight. If it ends 2-2, you're disappointed.
Especially
because
it's the end
of being up 3-1. But before this trip started, if you said it was going to be 2-2, I'd say that's fine. Let's get through this hellacious time, and we really need to start making hay afterwards.
What do we do with Tristan Jarry? I was like, I pumped his tires after coming in against Colorado and playing very well for the third period. Made some huge saves. The goal that did go in on him was a perfect deflection.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, we flipped a page. We've turned the corner. We've used other analogies I can't think of right now. And then he just gets lit up for 7 last night. He finished with a 741. What do you do with that, Tyler?
So for the people who are maybe driving in their cars and are saying, put him on waivers, they are not allowed to send him to the minors for the rest of the year. He cannot be reassigned because he wasn't on the Condors roster ahead of deadline day.
You can still put him on waivers in hopes someone's going to sign him, right? I mean, that's probably not going to happen. I'm just saying.
I don't think anyone's going to pick him up.
Yes, okay. That's what we did make a trade today.
The optics of that would be horrendous.
Terrible. You can't do it.
Back to you as the starter, Tristan, after you clear waivers.
Also, again, I do think there's a little bit of, and I obviously wasn't like the biggest fan of the deal when it happened, but I was willing to try, squint and see how there could be some upside here. And hey, Tristan Jarry in a new environment, all this stuff. I think you just got to keep grinding out the year with him. And listen, Ingram's going to get the bulk of the starts. You do not play back-to-backs again until the 5th and 6th final games, or 4th and 5th final games of the season. If you wanted to, you can give Connor Ingram 8 of every 10 starts down the stretch here, 80% of them.
Is it possible to do the 3 goalie thing again?
Calvin Pickard, I think it is worth remembering, was also this bad.
Got a 903 in the AHL this morning.
No, and I understand that. I mean, Ingram didn't have a great number in the AHL, so that doesn't. The numbers in the AHL don't really matter.
Pickard
they don't really
vibes.
Yeah, they don't really bother me too much. I want to see what he does in our net, and I think when the team plays better, which they have since the end of the Olympic break there, and I think they're playing a better structure in their own end, where they're keeping the majority of the shots to the outside. Forget about last night, please. I think that Pickard can find a little bit more success in there. And I do believe if you just put Pickard in last night's game, play everything the exact same, might have kept it like 4.
I don't know.
Yeah.
What about Connor Ungar?
No, he's in like Fort Wayne. It's long.
like-
I don't even know if there's an airport.
His name
can't
comes
get
up
him back.
so much.
And there's actually no way to even contact Connor Unger in Fort
They
Wayne.
don't have telephones down there.
Huge.
We have to
Huge
send
news.
someone down there.
Wow.
Find them.
Have you ever
Leo?
been to Fort Edmonton? That's Fort Wayne.
Again, Jarry with the Oilers, 855. Pickard, 871. It's not enough of a difference for me to think that.
What's the expected save percentage for Pickard when he was here? Sorry, and I just want to double check that means that a goaltender who is playing average goal save percentage in the league, that is what he's expected to have as a save percentage with the type of game that Pickard was seeing. Correct?
Yep. So goals saved above expected per 60, if you want that one.
That confuses me too.
Goals saved
Right.
above expected. How many goals do you prevent above the expected number per game?
And the expected number is an average over the league?
Can you draw a picture?
Okay. Yeah, I might need that.
So expected.
So this is actually a great number to illustrate why Calvin Pickard's not the solution. Ingram is minus 0.119. Okay, that's the best mark. Jarry is minus...
So hang on. You got to slow it down.
Okay.
Minus 0.119.
Yep.
So you're telling us right now, Connor Ingram is allowing one more goal, 1.19 more goals than he should be per game.
Essentially, yes.
Okay.
Jarry is 141, negative 141. So pretty close to Ingram. Same ballpark. Pickard is 2.43.
Do you think there's a difference in the way the Oilers are playing as a team right now, especially defensively and giveaway-wise, compared to when Pickard was playing?
No.
You don't?
No. They were definitely this terrible early in the season.
But you're using the word terrible when we just beat Vegas and Colorado both in the home. I don't think those are terrible games. I think this is a bit of an anomaly. This last night's game was a bit of an anomaly since we've what was seen from the team post-Olympic break.
Also, if you ignore Friday.
Yeah, you got
The Carolina game, yeah.
That one wasn't good.
I believe we're playing a little bit better in our own end to the point where I'm a little more confident in this team playing as the better teams.
I thought they were solid defensively against Vegas and Colorado. For the most part.
Yeah. I'm just saying I'm not saying that Pickard's the answer, but I am saying Pickard might be better than Jarry right now. I'm still running Ingram.
Every number you look at would tell you that is absolutely not the case. Not absolutely, but it would tell you it's not the case.
What do the vibes tell you?
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you want to make a vibes play good, but the last time they did that, they traded for Tristan Jarry, so it didn't exactly work out.
Well, I don't know if that was a real vibes move.
Yeah, it was. They were like, hey, that was the whole thing. It's like, hey, we're going to switch up the vibes. We're going to give him a new goalie to look at.
Yeah, but Pickard is a vibes guy in this room. They love him.
And maybe they hate Tristan Jarry.
Well, that might be a thing.
God damn it, Rick, don't say that.
You reading?
What are you fucking talking
I try not to read anymore. It hurts my eyes.
All right. Well, moving on. Good news from last night. Zach Hyman's 700th career game. Congrats to you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Other news, Ty Emberson, Colton Dach returned to Edmonton after getting banged up against Colorado for further review. I actually think that losing Ty Emberson is a bigger deal than some people are making.
100% it is.
He was averaging 16 minutes a night. 43% of his starts were in the defensive zone. Quiet, mostly steady, little physical. So I actually think that's quite a hefty loss that not many people are talking
We don't have a word on what they're going through right now, do we? They haven't said anything yet?
I think this is me remembering the injury. I think that looked upper body-ish.
Yeah,
And-
do we have anything more specific?
No.
What about our tie guy?
I agree with you, but I'm also like kind of a bit of a Spencer Stastny fan, so I don't
I
think.
also like him too.
Yeah.
Do you think, though, if we had Emberson, you could put Stastny on the left side and maybe give 96 a night off?
Again, I don't think they want. I think they want to try to let Jake Walman figure this out. I think whatever he's dealing with, it might be at the point where they're like, all right, it's not getting better this year, so like you need to learn how to play with it, and the only way to do that is to play.
Other thing I want to mention. This runs right into the betting segment, Rick. St. Louis Blues tonight. They also played yesterday.
In Carolina, so they
Oh, so
had to
they
travel.
travel.
Which usually you'd say, hey, a bad team like the Blues, second of back-to-backs. I went and counted. I believe they're 7-3-1 on the second of back-to-backs for some fucking reason.
Who was their goalie last night?
Bennington last night.
Who's their goalie? So probably not tonight.
Yeah, which is also just a horrendous break for the Edmonton Oilers because I'll read you the last 5 save percentages.
Does he catch with his left hand?
Yes.
That's a good start.
Okay. These are Joel Hofer's last 5 save percentages.
Oh, brother.
958, 957, 944, 22 save shutout, and then he stopped 45 of 49 against the Islanders for a
Sounds like the
939.
bubble's about to burst.
Because the 3 games before that 5-game stretch, he allowed 6, 4, and 4.
Exactly.
There you go. There's Rick's positivity. Anyways, back to you, BM.
The Blues. It all ties together. You think we don't have a plan here? Of course we do. Blues are 6-3-1 in their last 10.
3-0-1 since selling at the deadline.
Let's talk some betting, friends.
It's like when you cut the head off a chicken, the chicken still runs for a little bit. Eventually, it's got to stop.
Whatever your bet.
Fair, yeah.
Whatever your bet's never ordinary at Bet365. Download the app and get it on the game. Use code NATION at Bet365.
Funds, I have the analogy.
Must be 19 years old or older. Please play responsibly. Looking at some of the mains tonight, fellas. Oilers are favored on the money line at -155. The Blues are +130. If you're feeling frisky and you think the Oilers are going to win by 2 or more, the puck line is for you, friend. -1.5 is +160. The Blues to cover that is -190. Your over-under is set tonight at 6.5. -115 is the over. -105 is the under. So that means, friends, that under 6.5 is the expected result based on the betting line. Rick is shaking his head no.
There's only 2 games on tonight. That's so stupid.
Yeah, that is like...
5 o'clock and 6 o'clock. Insane.
Yeah. And there was, 13 yesterday?
And 14 tomorrow.
I was gonna
And
say
2 the day
44
before that as well.
Yeah, Wednesday was
They're in
2.
a weird sort of cycle, I think, right now.
We're going to do a podcast at some point where Liam
Oh, no, we can't invite him to that one.
and Brock
He'd be so
Segan
angry.
from Daily Face Off, they just argue about the schedule. And that'll be the show.
Does Brock like the schedule?
Hates the schedule.
Yeah.
Does St. Louis shoot the puck a lot?
I can find out for you.
While you're finding that out, a couple of bets that I like tonight, Rick. Let me know what you think.
Okay.
Evan Bouchard, 3 shots is even money. Our man's has been hitting that regularly over the last 5 games. I also like Draisaitl, 2 points is even money. Big man is starting to get going. And he's been going for a while now, actually. Just quietly under the radar, it seems like. I also don't mind Connor McDavid anytime goal. Because he's angry last night. He was feisty Connor. He's got an eye patch Connor. I think he goes off tonight. So those are some things I'm looking at.
Just 1 goal in his last 5
he's due.
games for 97. He did, though, with that 1 goal, hit his over for the year.
All right. Nice cash out for Tyler.
Oh, yeah. The St. Louis Blues are 31st in the league in shots for per game. And in terms of preventing shots, these are at all strengths. They are 18th in the league.
All right, so I won't be taking any block shots for the Oilers this evening.
Probably not.
Connor.
Although as of late, they've been playing better, which is a good point to bring up.
To give you an exact number, my friend Rick. They are shooting an average of 25.0 shots per game. They're giving up 28.0 shots per game per the NHL team stats page. I don't know if that affects your plans for this evening.
21.5 saves, minus 120. Mr. Ingram.
Ooh, I don't hate that.
Can
21 and a half?
Can I give you a 20-1 same gamer?
Yes.
Puck line. It's only 4 legs.
I'm very glad I'm sitting down for this.
Yep.
Puck line.
Okay.
Bouchard 3 shots. McDavid 2 points. Ingram 25 saves, which is how much the Blues average per game.
But that would imply a shutout.
What have the Blues been shooting since they sold off?
BRB.
Don't want to see what they were doing at the beginning of the year. Obviously,
Yeah,
it wasn't good
I
enough.
want to know, because they're hot as a pistol right now, Tyler says.
Hot as a pistol.
So are they cranking up that shot volume so that Rick and I can game our betting system?
Since the deadline, which was Friday the 6th,
Sure.
in those 4 games, their shot totals have been 23, not good, 17,
Less good.
not good, 14,
Even worse.
And they're winning these games?
35,
Okay.
Who was 35 against?
Anaheim.
Oh, an offensive team,
Okay,
but doesn't
okay.
play a lot of defense. Kind of in the same
Go back a
ballpark as us.
second. Did they win those games when they were shooting nothing?
14 shots and they
are
won?
3-0-1. The game
Oh
they
my
had 14 shots, they absolutely won the hockey game. They won
Oh my
3-2.
Lord. Who was the goalie in the other game? My God.
It's troublesome.
Tristan Jarry over there too?
And they did the Oilers a favor that night, beating the Sharks in overtime.
Thank you.
My God.
Our friends are in the lineup? Former
Yep.
friends?
Holloway's got 5 goals in his last 10. Broberg's playing top pairing minutes. All good.
Anything else for you, Tyler, outside of your monster parlay?
Nah, honestly, just kind of like this. It's pretty sweet.
I remember when Connor went around both those guys to score a goal, though.
25 and a 500.
Wow.
Whatever your bets, never ordinary at Bet365. Download the app and get on the game. Use code NATION at Bet365. Must be 19 years old or older. Please play responsibly. All right, fellas, ask the idiots questions. We're a little all over the map today. I'm not going to lie to you. I feel like our beloved nation citizens, they didn't really want to talk that much Oilers today. You know?
That's
That
fair.
happens.
Although the Oilers were back at this time yesterday. It's just in the last 24 hours, they're now no longer back.
Well,
A little dip.
that's why I titled the podcast today, The Oilers Road Roller Coaster Go Vroom.
Skirt, skirt. Who says we don't have fun?
Couple.
No, there's no fun to be had anywhere.
There's a
All
thread.
right. For our friends at Swiss Donaire, of course, it is Friday, and I'm encouraging, and it's a game day. Come on, you get off work, you go right home, puck drops.
No
at
time
6.
to cook, really.
0 time. You
But
gotta order.
they can deliver that fast.
Get home, pants off, on the couch, park yourself, SwissDonaire.com. Swiss Donaire is home of the old school Donaire with options if you want some flair. Open for 25 years, now 7 days a week, proud of the north side. Swiss Donaire is great for your events at home or at the office. Check them out at 8308 144th Ave Northwest or order online at SwissDonaire.com. Question number 1. Starting you guys off easy. I got 4 questions for you today. Tyler, you're up.
Yep.
Is Tristan Jarry an Oiler in October? This one comes from James.
No.
Wow. Dan, is Jarry an Oiler in October?
I'm going to say no.
Rick?
I hate doing this, but no.
I'm going to say yes.
What's it going to take to get Saros and dump Jari? Oh, boy.
Jari's got what, 2 years?
2
left?
more.
2
Yeah.
years.
So I'm going to say yes.
Reclamation project.
Yeah. All right, reversing the order. This one comes in from our boy Dukes, so you know it's serious business. Rick, there's a scenario I got to paint for you, and then you go on from there.
Okay.
You have come dead last in your fantasy football league.
Been there.
The punishment is that you have to choose a reality TV show to go on, and then you have to bet $5,000 of your own money on yourself to win.
To win the show?
To win the show.
Oof.
What show are you going on that you think you could win if you bet $5,000 on yourself? A reality show.
See, I'm definitely slightly handicapped here because I don't watch a lot of them, so I don't have a knowledge of all the shows. I know what one of my strengths would probably. Ooh, you know what? I'm going. Nah, I switched it up. American Gladiators.
Oh. Oh, that's a good
I
show.
was going to go to a cooking one, and I was like, no, you know what? That guy with the tennis ball thing, I can avoid that. I know I can. I get up the little pyramid.
You're very agile.
Yeah, I got it.
Dan?
I take the stairs everywhere.
Well, Stair Club for life. Dan, you have finished last. You're going on a reality show, but you have to bet $5,000 of your own money that you're going to win. What show are you on?
I don't think that there's any reality TV that's really set up for me to win. But I just recently started to. I've seen it in my algorithm. The thing where they run up the pole, and you have to run up like a log pole that's greased up, and then get to the flag at the end.
Oh, okay, yeah, just over the water.
Yeah,
I feel you.
Oh, it's that's like a Red Bull thing or something.
I think I'm going to try that in just like ridiculous shoes, but I genuinely don't think I could win a.
Oh, and definitely a can.
Yeah,
Definitely
I've
should.
seen the video.
I don't think I could win any reality TV show. Is what I'm trying to say.
Tyler, what do you got? You got to bet on yourself to win a reality TV show.
The one I'm most familiar with is Big Brother. But I think socially I would be disliked enough that they would get me out of that game relatively quickly.
Yeah, I feel like there's already some vote. People are voting you out already.
I'm behind the 8 ball on that one. Survivor, not good enough outdoors, and I'm way too soft. Where's that one where they used to just run around on obstacle courses?
Extreme Elimination Challenge?
American Ninja Warrior?
Yeah, maybe
Amazing
something like
Race.
that.
You and the wife. You and Eli.
Me and the wife, yeah, buddy. It wouldn't be a wife when we get back from that trip. One of us would kill the other one.
You can't be afraid of heights or water.
Yeah, and I can't. I'm not gonna like skydive on Amazing Race. So I'll do like American Ninja Warrior. I might be able to luck and lank my way through the course. Just take long steps.
Or Wipeout. That was the other one.
Yeah, I like Wipeout.
I also don't think I could win anything. Like Big Brother, I'm not winning. I would be too irritated by everyone. I would say something. My lies would get mixed up. I'm out. Survivor, I want to sleep on a bed. Like, I like camping, but that's too much camping. I'm going to go like, I don't know, like one of the fucking stupid Mr. Beast things. I feel like I could probably
do Beast
one of
games.
those. I could do Beast games. Like some of them is like psychological. I'll lie to your face.
Yeah, no problem.
100%. You want to get my money? Fuck you. Or I will give you money to leave or whatever something Mr. Beast related. Dan, you're up. You are the GM of Oilers Nation, and you have to trade 2 members of the podcast to any other show or website for 2 other members.
Well,
Waz has a no-move clause. He cannot be moved.
Yeah.
Wait, it's this podcast?
No, it's
Well,
this
let's do any
company.
of the ON shows.
okay.
So you're trading 2 ON show people.
Well, thankfully,
Who
I've
gave Waz a nose
identified
movement?
I've identified the problem.
Hold on,
already.
there might be more stipulations here.
It just says, who are you trading? The only thing is that Waz cannot be traded.
Yeah, that's fair.
Orange and blue in my veins says he has a no-move clause.
Yeah, I can understand that. So I think I really want to shout out all the listeners that have pointed out the real problems here at Oilers Nation for us. I'm taking Tyler and that English fuck, and I'm sending them to Calgary for the 2 biggest Oiler fans at Flames Nation, Pinder and Boomer. Congratulations on your new show, Ty.
It's fine.
Tyler's now the host of Barn Burner.
Is that the dork?
They're better. They're better at
and
covering the Oilers, anyways.
the dork and the English guy.
The dork and the English guy. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I did identify him as Tyler. You're cuck.
Tyler, you've been traded. I'm sorry. You're on Barn Burner now.
I
Flames
really,
Nation every
really, and this is going to be my answer. I really want to ask Waz to waive his no movement clause.
That is loud.
Yeah, I'm going to be like, Waz, listen, we're going to get you in a really great spot. And I'm going to trade him with picks, obviously, to Spit and Chicklets. I'm going to trade him to Spit and Chicklets, and we'll get like Yandel back. We don't need one of their big dogs. Wow. But I would die to see the dynamic of Waz and Ryan Whitney together. And just like Waz explaining his day-to-day life while Ryan Whitney reacts is something that I think would just be so good.
That'd be good.
So again, we'll put Waz in a good spot. He'd probably wave. And we get like Yandel back. He'd
If
be
he goes to
funny.
warm weather,
I think Waz would have to work out of Edmonton. I don't know with the culture shock if we sent him down south.
There'd be a lot of culture
It'd be a lot
shock.
for Wazzy.
Who am I trading from ON? You know what? With the way the season's going, I might put myself on the list. I might ask for a trade.
Self-trade yourself as GM player.
I'm trying to think of the shows now. Do
Did
I
you
want
answer
to
it?
trade?
no, I'm waiting on mine.
Not yet. I don't know that I want to trade Ryder and Lisa. They're new here. I don't feel like the value would be because I want to get my maximum return.
Yeah.
So I think the dork and the English guy are the ones based on the size of their show that would merit the biggest return. So we are going to keep it in the Better Collective, which is our parent company family. And I'm going to trade the dork and the Englishman to Playmaker HQ for the big Aristotle.
Ooh. You didn't get Shaq?
So now Shaq is on ONR.
He's familiar with the city.
Of course. And now you and Liam have to host the big show.
I just think the Oilers got a goaltending problem. How does Shaq sound? First it gets icy to dull the pain. Then the goaltending gets hot.
You're lucky he's left the city already.
Rick, who you trade?
Well, let's see here. I'm just trying to go through all of the shows, all of the people in house, and where are we going to put them? So I think because they're both pretty good at writing, the other writing won't really be hurt so much. So I'm taking two veterans. I'm taking Zach and Cam, Zach and Coom, and I'm sending them over to... Coom's already lived there. I believe they're going to be stationed in Toronto. And we're bringing back... who's on Elliott's show now?
Kyle Bukauskas?
Yeah, we're bringing Elliott and Bukauskas in.
Oh, you're trading Coombsy and Zacho for 32 thoughts?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, wow. That's
Like
a
second most listened to podcast in the hockey world.
I just feel if you can get Friedman sitting down, like phones away, no microphones or anything like that, he's got some dirt.
Yeah,
I want to hear it.
I believe that.
All right. Last question, Ask the Idiots, and then we're going to do hot and cold performers, quick score prediction. We'll wrap it up. I'll just reverse again. Tyler, Nation HQ has now been granted recess. This one comes in from Cody, by the way. Nation HQ has been granted recess. Which schoolyard game do you think would dominate? Are we talking foursquare, red ass, kickball, soccer, baseball, manhunt, horse? What game are we playing at Nation HQ recess?
Oh, I don't think we have the mindset here to play red ass. I think feelings would get hurt and people would...
Too many youngsters, Rick, that can't handle red ass.
Yeah, I would love to. I would love
to whip a tennis ball at some people.
Yeah. But again, I just think that's a walking HR complaint. Feelings would get
Is there an HR here?
I don't know.
God damn it.
What's a game that I liked? You know, it'd be a fun one. This is one that you loved as a kid. Get a good game of grounders going. Get people walking around with their eyes shut. That's always a good time. Broken dishes, I think, is what it used to be called too. Yeah, give me that.
Dan, Nation HQ recess. What games are we playing out in the schoolyard?
Well, I think we've got to be able to have our dogs come into the mix, and we're gonna
Four-legged or DAWGs?
The dogs come into the mix and just have some fun hanging around with puppy dogs in time for recess. I'd love to be able to have our dogs here all the time.
I mean, you can bring your dog here.
It's
anytime
true.
you want.
I'm going to do it for the Germans when they're here.
Yeah, why can't you?
Yeah, we do have dogs in the office quite often.
Yeah.
Not enough. I think more.
We need more for the recess. Just saying. Doggy daycare.
Rick, did you go? What are we playing at recess?
So I have a real answer, but my first one would be, and this is what we called it back in my day, murder ball. Right, but I think that's been illegalized now.
Illegalized.
Yeah.
Criminalized.
What the one thing that everybody got behind was a game of soccer baseball. I think that's the easiest thing.
Oh, I would play some kickball. Yeah.
Did you guys ever play socky? Like hockey and soccer mixed together with a tennis ball
No.
instead of soccer ball?
Kicked a tennis ball instead of...
Yeah.
Oh,
And it was
that
full
is gonna be
contact.
A lot of toes
I
on
want to play some
shins.
kickball now.
Yeah, I think
I
soccer
would love to
baseball is
play
the
a
way
game
to
of
roll.
kickball.
I would love to play kickball.
Yeah, gets everybody involved.
I actually think like my idea was a little like I know we played this a lot when I was in elementary school. Is we used to play jackpot all the time.
500.
Yeah, just throw a tennis ball to a big group of people or a baseball to a big group of people that have a glove.
Got to be football and go up and get it.
Yeah, a lot of
Ooh,
elbows
I
in
like
the face in
I
that
like
one.
to go up and get it.
Yeah.
Or the honorary because it's still snow on the ground. Let's just play some push off or whatever your variation of King of the Hill would have been called. I want to stand up top and I want to push some kids off.
Red Rover really takes some shoulders out.
Ooh. Yeah.
We got
Oh,
some
that's a
big
game
fellas
where
now.
once puberty is involved, you can't do that, right?
A couple
Yeah.
pounds heavier now. I think I'd do much better these days. I
Yeah,
wasn't
we
very
got
good
some
when I was
big
younger.
fellas now that work in the company. That Red Rover would be intense.
Busted
Yeah.
shoulders, yeah. Oh my God.
There you go. Ask the idiots for our friends at what did I say? Swiss Donair.
Yep.
Slide on into my DMs. You can ask a question of the boys. I will get their first take. Hot and cold performers, fellas. Nationgear.ca. Go get yourself some threads. Look as handsome as Reese does every single day. Look at that smile on his face. He's beaming.
He's not even listening.
No, he's never been listening. All right. We always start off with our veggies. Ricardo, cold performer of the week for nationgear.ca.
I was going to give it to the officiating, just in general. But after last evening, putting him on the hot seat, Mr. Jari, I feel like if I do this, he'll respond well. It'll really get him going. So, Mr. Jari, you are the cold performer this week. However, I don't think it's going to be your spot going forward. So this is a one-time thing. Let's see you pick it up.
Oh, that's cold.
Tristan, tack on another button because I was also going to say Tristan Jari.
Oh, that's cold.
Nation Dan, cold performer of the week. Start with our veggies.
My cold performer of the week is going to go out to the fact that this sport still has blackouts in 2026. It's pretty silly to me. I had a bunch of fans messaging hockey fights when the Buffalo Sabres were having their fight night on Sunday night because that game was blacked out for all Sabres fans. So I was able to help out a couple of Sabres fans, get them into the high seas and figure things out that way. But the fact that we still have blackouts in 2026 where we're trying to grow these sports and we're up against some of the bigger sports and some of the better sports in the world with more money, it's silly to me to have blackouts at this point.
Are you thrilled? I'm not.
Tyler Yaremchuk, host of Oilers Nation Every Day. Your cold performer of the week.
Dallas Stars social media admin, whoever runs their official Twitter account, you got to know better than to dunk on the team that's eliminated you in back-to-back seasons.
Twice.
Like, they did their whole, look, we swept the Oilers thing, Stars sweep the Oilers, and the Oilers responded perfectly with Draisaitl carrying the, the Clarence Campbell Bowl, the Western Conference Champion Trophy. The replies are just all the Oilers dunking, all Oilers fans dunking on them. It was beautiful. So Stars social media admin, you got to know better. Cold performer of the week.
That's a joke. That's an absolute joke is what it is.
Reversing the order. Bright sides in your life. Tyler Yaremchuk, hot performer of the week.
World Baseball Classic, Canada in action against USA tonight. Canada goes 3-1. They are actually the home team for this matchup. They finished higher in the group stage. They're going with a friend of the network. He's a friend of the Barn Burner guys, and Alberta's very own Mike Soroka as their starter tonight. So giddy up. Hopefully Canada can pull off a major upset at the World Baseball Classic tonight. It's been a great tournament.
Pour it on!
Opportunity to do the funniest thing ever. Oh, boy. Listen, you got the hockey thing.
Yeah.
Taking the baseball away from them would be amazing.
So Hockey Canada sent all of Canada's team a care package today. So they all got Hockey Canada jerseys to wear during warm-up. Tyler O'Neill cut the sleeves off his hockey jersey. Looked sick. He's jacked. And they said, go win and take some of the sting of the Olympics away, which I'm not sure it really does, but I like the sentiment.
I like the idea of it.
No sting, but it'd be a punch back.
Yeah, just a nice pop to the mouth. Dan, what do you got? Hot performer of the week.
They deserve it.
I'm just going to give it out to a thing that I found last night online. The PWHL Torrent did a new promotion where they, instead of tossing teddy bears, they tossed brand new or gently used sports bras onto the ice for girls that are trying to get into the sport and maybe don't have the proper equipment for themselves. So just a cool little promotion. I think that it could be done for a bunch of different other things like socks for seniors and scarves for seniors, just trying to come up with different ways to throw some fun shit on the ice. I enjoyed it. It was good. It raised 1,300 sports bras for young girls coming into the sport. So awesome to see. Shout out to the PWHL Torrent for that promotion.
The big guy is smoking hot.
What city are they?
Seattle, the
It was
Torrent.
similar to what the Oshawa Generals did after somebody scored a goal and they were throwing bars of soap at King Stinky.
Oh, there you go.
That prompted the season ticket email.
Oh, I get what you're
I
saying.
dig it.
I won't let that story die.
Please don't.
It's one of my favorite pieces of internet in recent memory. Where was I? Rick, hot performer of the week.
So I haven't watched this in its entirety. It's on at weird times right now. It's the Paralympic Games. But there is an absolute magician involved in these games.
Was it the curling?
His name is John Thurston. And yes, it is the curling.
Was it that shot?
There was 4 or 5 of that shot. It's absolutely, I've seen a bunch of just the videos and I was like, wait, that's the same. Nope, different game. There's no sweeping. There's no nothing. It's just a fire it, and I don't know the distance of the entire ice, but it's not short. And this guy has come up with some absolutely insane shots.
The one I saw, the thread the needle one.
Bro.
Unreal. Tyler, as a curler yourself, could you do that? Just launch it via stick?
So there's a couple guys in the league that do that. It's like, if you aren't physically able to slide out, you use the stick, and it is so hard. I've tried it before. Very difficult. My other favorite part about that is when he threw it. It's a beautiful shot, but he's yelling as it goes down the ice, like, curl. And it's like, there's no one sweeping, bro. Like, you can scream whatever you want. It's going where it's going.
My next question is shuffleboard in the Summer Olympics, because this guy's got to go.
Yeah, he'd be good.
Oh, that guy is...
I also like the people who have to hold the wheelchair because they so violently like heave that like someone's got to hold them in place.
Yep.
Listen, if that guy's playing shuffleboard in the summer, he's dusting you.
Yeah, I ain't playing against him.
He is dusting you.
You're missing out if you're not following the Paralympics on social media, because they give the behind the scenes looks on that kind of stuff. Like there's a whole volunteer crew of people that were anchoring for shots in the curling events.
I watched one of the behind the scenes things that they did for sledge hockey. I would love to try to see what one of those is like, just to sit on it and kind of move around a little bit.
I did it in high school. It is so hard.
All I was going to think of is like one or two up the ice. I'm like, well, shoulders and arms are dead for the day. I'm going to need a tow truck to get back out of here.
Coach, I'm going off.
Somebody's got to come get me, though. My hot performer of the week. I'll just do... Kyler Murray, welcome to Minnesota.
He's going to look so small in purple.
The memes are hilarious.
So funny.
Some of the memes are so good. He's just like this little pocket size. He's just like a snack size in there.
There's a video of like a little 2-year-old walking off a plane, giving everyone in the line high fives. It's like Kyler Murray is in Minnesota at the facilities.
He's adorable.
He's a hot guy.
He is a hot guy. He's a little one.
Little guy.
Maybe he should have gone back to baseball.
I would have considered it.
Oh, was he one of those guys who was drafted highly?
Dude, they
He was
fucking
picked 9th
invited him.
overall in the MLB draft.
They invited him back this summer.
Yeah, they were like, you can come back.
The A's.
Why wouldn't he do that?
He's still making more money.
Oh, yeah, because I mean, like Vikings signed him for $33-something million.
Well, because he has 33-something dead cap from Arizona that he's getting next year. So I think the Vikings give him like $1 million.
Yeah, you guys only pay him $1 million.
Fuck yeah. That rocks. Anyway, you know what? It's been a while since we've had a dual guy. Go play both. Come on.
Yeah.
It's been a while. All right, score predictions. We got to wrap it up.
Yep.
How many games are we doing? Just one?
2. They play tonight and then on Sunday. But first, we have a winner.
Who would be?
Wasn't me.
Off the floor and on the board, Bag Milk. Yeah! 4-3 against Colorado. You nailed it. You nailed it.
You were this close to losing it and me double up points.
Yeah.
Because I had 5-3 empty netter.
Yeah.
And that thing went in like 0.6 after.
Oh, man. I knew it felt a little lighter today. Wow. Okay, I'm on the board. What's the score now?
Me, you, Rick, and Dan all have 1. Reese has 2. Liam has 2.
Okay, we gotta
We'll get him.
Yeah. Well,
we
Liam's
gotta
not
get
playing.
this Englishman off the list here.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the full thing, but
So did it.
Tyler tonight against the Blues. Who do they play on Sunday?
It's Nashville back at home.
Okay, start with the Blues. What do you got?
I'm going to go 6-2 tonight. I think they're going to really right the ship. And 4-1, we'll be back on Tuesday, I guess, and talking about how back they are again.
All right. Dan, what do you got? Tonight against the Blues and then against Nashville.
3-2 win in OT against the Blues, and then a 4-0 win against the Predators.
Ooh, I like that.
Who's in net for it?
Connor fucking Ingram.
Yeah, that makes sense.
What do you got, Rick?
I think they're bouncing back hard tonight, so it'd be like a 5-1, 6-1 type game. So my guess is going to be 4-2, and then
Just gave 3 scores.
Yep. No, I want them to come back and come in heavy, but what they're going to do is
Yep.
play extra defense and find a couple goals, and then 5-1 on Sunday.
Boys at the board. Tonight against the Blues. I'm going to give each of you one. Reese, I'm going to give you the Blues. 7-2 Oilers from Reese. Reversing last night. I like it. Tristan, you got Sunday against Nashville. 5-1 against Nashville, says Tristan. All right, well, I'm feeling like a little light on my feet now. I got to get some momentum going here. I'm going to go tonight against the Blues. It is going to be a 5-2. Do we have 5-2 yet?
Nope.
5-2 win. And then against Nashville, back at home, Leon Draisaitl is going to go nuclear for 4 points, and that is going to be a 7-3 win.
I want to change mine to 6-3 tonight.
Okay. I'll allow it. There you go. Anything else? And there's only one thing to do. It's to wrap up the podcast with some words of hope. Rick did on Tuesday. That means Tyler Yaremchuk, guide us off for the weekend.
Take some time to enjoy calmness. Something I'm trying to do.
Uh-huh. Okay. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Thanks for ruining the company.
What's up, Nation citizens? If you like that video, then you need to be subscribed to the Oilers Nation YouTube. Podcasts, live shows, exclusive interviews, and analysis. Everything you need from your favorite voices at Oilers Nation. And you don't want to miss any of it, so hammer that subscribe button.